I came here to do two things: fix generators and kiss ghosts. And I'm all out of generators too. Oh man, dang it. Awaria is a game where, as you can guess, you fix generators and kiss ghosts. Fun fact, it was also created by the same person who made Helltaker. Now let's get into the meat of things, if you will. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but spoilers ahead, including hard mode reward spoilers. You have been warned. No. We, no. I play as Ula Turska, the main character who works for Awaria. Yes, the game name is the same name as the in-game universe fictional company. Don't get them mixed up. I'll differentiate them for you by... Never mind. You people will just use context to figure out whether I'm talking about the game or the fictional company. Awaria is a company that works by sending people called tunnel runners in game to fix generators. These generators put up shields. What do these shields do, you ask? They protect us from the scariest thing of all: women! I'm joking. They actually protect us from the ghosts, who are also incidentally women. Well, everyone in the game is a woman, so yeah. Anyhow, the generator shield protects living people from the ghosts, concerning the ghosts try to kill humans maliciously and non-stop. But after the shields come up, the ghosts stop attacking and mostly converse with the tunnel runners. Though they'll talk about wanting to kill the runners still, so it doesn't stop their bloodlust. I'm feeling getting off topic. Where was I? Oh yeah, Ula Turska. She, unlike most people in the game, volunteered to work in the tunnels. This is a surprise to our boss, Yara. More on her later, since most people who get sent here do so because of crimes they have committed. And they're our first to work here. Though they don't last long, as Yaga stated, that most tunnel runners last for only one day. Fun fact, all the ghosts you meet in the game are past tunnel runners that have died while working. Their cause of death also includes the kind of power they get. I think I've done enough pre-game yapping. Let's get into the game. Right before you jump into a level, your boss Yaga gives you a few words. This time it's, "You must be the new girl. You want Sector F? It's yours. Fix the generators and don't let those bleeps kill you." The tunnel has multiple sectors. We work in Sector F. Yaga works in Sector A. Level 1 is titled Zamora. As you can guess, Zamora is the first ghost we'll be facing here. Before you spawn in, the game has three kind of modes for you to choose from: easy, normal, hard. Completing all the levels in hard mode gets you a secret reward. So I'll only be talking about hard mode because that's the way I played. As you spawn in, the general gameplay loop is this. At the bottom there'll be a fraction: number of repairs done versus number of repairs the total level has. This level we have to do 4 repairs. Timers for the generator doesn't start until you begin moving, so you take this time to soak in the level layout. As you move, the generators will begin breaking down. Go to your generator and press enter, or whatever you've set for keybind for enter. Doing so will change the question mark to materials needed to complete the repair. Generators also have time limits. If they get to 0 without you completing the repair, it's game over. There are 2 materials in this level, a cog and a battery. They function the same, they just have different appearances. Taking one material is one press, but leaves the station empty. Another will start generating a new material. It's important to double tap the stations as to make sure you always have material in reserve if you need it. After completing the repair, the ghost will start spawning on. We're now introduced to Zamora, a low-tier shocker, or as I like to call her, electrifying shite. She only has one attack. This is to come close and leap at you with her wrench. I said before, a ghost's power is related to the cause of death. Hers was electrocution. After each level, you get a cutscene as a reward. Yippee! Zamora yaps about how her powers are feeling something because of the generators. But we just give her a smooch and get on to the next level. Zamora 2. The words from our boss this time are, the ghosts feed on human emotions. They want your pain, anger, and fear. With the shield generators, they'd rip us to shreds. This probably means they can also feed on love, but I wonder if they also feed on freakiness as well. Oh well, on to the next level. This time we have 2 generators as well as 5 repairs to do. Same old, same old. The Remora has a new attack in their arsenal. Every second attack, she'll begin to teleport where you are and smash the ground, making a plus sign of electricity across the map. This is pretty easy to dodge, you just need to go diagonal in a direction. In this cutscene next time, someone says we'll eventually get tired, but we just give shocker baddies some pudding pies. Shotties love my feeling, you know what I mean? Side note, can I say ooh, the question here always cracks me up. The funny little look she gives her like, aight buddy, enjoy the pie. Anyway, after using up this translucent baddie, we head to the 3rd level, cut wire. The words from boss this time is, out of the 9 new girls we got yesterday, you're the only one still alive. Keep up the good work. In this level, we're introduced to a new enemy, as you may have guessed, Cut Wire 1, a low tier splitter, as well as a new game mechanic, Tier 2 materials. First of all, our third material is some sort of blue, goopy liquid stored in a suitcase. I think this is denatured alcohol, but Idocrest. It also has the special property of being the only material not needed to double click to start producing of another of its kind, like the battery and cog. Instead, there's a short animation cooldown before you can take another. Secondly, we are introduced to the mechanic of tier 2 materials. This works by taking a tier 1 material and entering it in. And then after a while, producing a second tier item. Though, do be warned, you need a tier 1 material each time you choose to use it. So after taking the tier 2 out, it is advised to enter another tier 1 to have a tier 2 in reserve. Also, it's kind of late for me to be saying this, but your character can hold up to 2 items in their hands. When your item is added to your full inventory, the full item you have is discarded. For example, if you pick up a cog and then a battery, and then another battery, you have 2 batteries replacing the cog you first picked up. Now let's talk about this actual level. It's a much more compact room than the other levels, making it hard to avoid Cutwire's attacks. Now let's talk about Cutwire. She has 1.5 attacks. Let me explain. Her normal attack throws a small arc of 3 pliers at you, twice, as an indicator of where she's going to throw them right before she throws them. After she attacks, she dips in the ground, leaving a skull kind of mark. Walking, touching the hitbox of this mark will cause it to glow for a bit. When it does, you need to get out of the way immediately. Oh, it's a big plier, I think. That's what it is. I'm not too sure. I'm not good with tools. Will jump up and kill you. Her throwing attacks easy to dodge, but the marks she leaves make it extremely tough to maneuver this level. You know, lock in and become the greatest Joker the world has ever seen to beat her. After we give her a smooch, which she seems to like, but warns that she'll always be prowling for another chance to kill us. Anyway, Smash, the 4th level is titled Cutwire 2. The words from bosses time are, "Never believe it, little pup, this fulfilled our dinnerette supply. This is going to be a fun week." She's talking about denatured alcohol, which, by the way, you should not drink. It will kill you. This level is like the last one, with the new ghost. Cutwire 2, Low Tier Splitter. They're not twins, by the way. They're actually the same person. The gallery says they were once the same person, but they die by being cut in half. So split their souls after death into 2 ghosts. Cutwire 2 has 1 attack. She follows you around and attacks you if you're close to her. But after completing the second repair, Cutwire 1 comes back and they both attack. Cutwire 2 seems more physical and animalistic than Cutwire 1, who talks and throws with stuff with dexterity. But they're still the same person. We give Cutwire 2 a peck and give them some pudding pies and on their merry way. The next level is called Nikita. The words from our system are, most of the ghosts are tunnelers just like you. Unfortunately, death took with the memories. This level contains our 3rd ghost girl in the sector, Nikita, low tier smelter. Anyway you can guess, she died by being burned. Not much explaining needed for that one. She has 2 attacks. One where she creates a ring of fire which spreads outwards, and one where she throws a fireball, and wherever it lands, it creates a ring of fire where it spreads outwards. And we're also introduced to another concept. For the generators, near the end of it, you will be asked to provide 2 items instead of 1. You can choose to do 1 material at a time or both at once. Sometimes you need a 2 tier 1s to fix generator, sometimes 1 of each tier, or sometimes 2 1 tiers. The 2 tier 1s is honestly just the worst thing, because sometimes it's like, do this and this, and you run around and try to get them, and just so much more difficult. Our fixed generators were able to convert to the jaw-dropping Nikita, as well as neck craning, as when we go for a kiss, we notice we can't reach her height, as she's astronomically bigger than us. So we go to the next level titled Nikita 2nd. Our boss tells us, "Thanks for the pudding pies, pup. Where'd you get these? Is your mom working the VIP warehouse or something?" Level 6 has us facing off against Nikita. Again, with one exception. In the middle, a little to the left, is a furnace. Every so often, it will spew a circle of fire. These on their own are easy to dodge, but the Nikita extra fire circles will make it a mini Toho game. After repairs, with a trusty stepladder, we climb the steps to her face and give her a smooch. The next tile is called Zamora 3. The boss says, "I'm sorry you've been thrown in this pit with us. I've been running the tunnels for 20 years now, and I tell you, you've got talent for this job." As we learn, we haven't been thrown into here, but volunteered. This is introduced to us later in the story, but right now, just so you know, this is misinformation. The level introduces us to a new trap like the furnace. The generator. Every so often, the generator will show a red exclamation mark. When this happens, stepping on it will kill you. Oh, wait, I just realized something. These aren't generators, they're more like electric thingies. They generate electricity, so they are generators. We now face Zamora and Cutwire 1, who will each show up as 2 and 3 repair mark respectively. This may not look like it, but this level is really hard. The duo are really good at cornering you, and the traps also cause you to think of some wayward thinking. This is the halfway point of the game, and this is where things really heat up. After putting the shields, Cutwire and Cutwire and Ula gives Zamora a double smooch from both sides. Another victory. Chapter 8, Zamora 4, its next level. The boss explains, "Straight from the lower levels, pup. Shields barely do anything down here. Leave that stuff to the veterans." This explains why the number of repairs increases each level. As we go down further into tunnels, we need more and more shields to protect us. In this level, we're introduced to our last materials, a tier 2 battery. This and the dinner rat make up the tier 2 materials. Luckily, we have to deal with both of those right now. In this level, we do with, as you can guess, Zamora and luckily, Basket and Nikita. I recommend doing the first upgrade and doing the second and third simultaneously, so Nikita spawns at the 3 out of 7 mark and not 2 out of 7. After completing this one, we give the all too lovely Nikita smooch. While Zamora's obviously jealous, I would be too, to be honest. After Nikita leaves, Zamora gets mad and asks why we don't take things seriously. Foreshadowing. And then she goes Super Saiyan, or as I like to call it, Baddie Ken. And this leads to Zamora 5. Was from a boss. "Hey, I heard you volunteer for the tunnels. Is that true?" Foreshadowing. This is a boss level. Zamora now gains a high level shocker title, and for good reason. She has a usual dash, but now it has farther range and speed, so you better juke like you're, I don't know any sport players, but like a really good one. Like LeBron, if he jukes. I don't know. She now has an upgraded Electric Plus attack, but this time it's in 3 quick successions. This is easy to dodge. Just go diagonal 3 times in any direction after a strike. So like diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down. And finally, her third attack, she attacks the ground, making the plus sign, but then she also makes an upside down Y. This isn't the main part of the attack. This attack then summons out 2 waves of thunderstruck from the heavens. Oh, and by the way, there are electric traps on both sides of the maps. So you deal with a nefarious chance of getting a chance to deal with 2 tier items for repair as well. Well, on the plus side, at least her design is super cool. Side note, all the character designs are super cool and nice. Leave a like and subscribe if you agree. This level is incredibly hard. It took me at least an hour. After completing this level, I was panting, my heart was racing. Just overall, I need to calm down after finally beating this. That's gonna be a lot of the levels after this point, because they all get really hard. Anyways, afterwards they all got sweaty. Just like me for real. So yeah, so after the boss battle, Zamora says our name, which is odd, since we ourselves have never said our name or anything in the game. In case you're wondering, Zamora and Ula were friends when she was alive. But after her death, Ula went to the tunnels, which is why she wanted to work in Sector F, since that was where Zamora died. After this, Zamora kisses Ula, and she blushes bright red. Zamora calls it her victory, but suddenly an unknown figure emerges above her, saying that she can't believe she did that. Our next chapter, question mark, question mark, question mark. Our boss says, "Where's that little pup from Sector F? We can't afford to lose any more runs this week. I'll go check on her." This chapter we play as Yaga, who has a special dash ability, making her invincible and allowing her to go through enemies and enemy projectiles, and used for speed. This level we face off against Cutwire 1, who spawns at the first repair mark, while Cutwire 2 and Akita spawn the second repair and the second repair. So it is advised for the second and third repair simultaneously as to get a 3 out of 7 instead of 2 out of 7. After repairs, we learn Zamora and Ula have been kidnapped by Dr. Striga. Dun dun dun. Chapter 11, Dr. Striga. Boss, she did what? Can't you stay put for one single bloody day? What the hell is wrong with her? This is either referring to Dr. Striga or Ula, I really cannot tell. This fight is pretty hard, with all of the materials being used here. Dr. Striga, aka Ultra Tier Scrapper, has 3 attacks. A Cutwire one, where she throws 3 knives at you. An attack where she shoots 2 cannonballs in the air, and when they hit the ground, they spawn a circle of pellets. And a Akita type attack, which is where she stops, creates a pellet, but then she also creates some little reindeer to chase you around. These die upon hitting a wall. Dr. Striga, also known as Sylvia, died when her heart machine transplant failed on her in the tunnels, making her a rare scrapper type ghost. We are then given a short little cutscene of Striga and Yaga fighting. Through this, we learn that Yaga has only 2 days off a year. And apparently, this is tied to some deal with the ghost in her sector. We are then thrust into another level. Chapter 12, Dr. Sugar 2. The boss says, sorry about this, pup. Usually more successful at keeping my ghost contained in Sector A. This level is the boss fight, with Sylvia floating above the map and summoning creatures to attack for instead. Her first attack, which is fixed, will be an indestructible, infinite lasting rhino. When this is in range at you, it will charge at you, and when it hits a wall, unlike the reindeer, it won't explode. She also can either summon a column of monkeys in the right or left side of the map, and these get destroyed themselves when they come in contact with the opposite wall. You can either dash through them, or you can go and hide in the top pockets of the map. She'll then summon two sets of two rangers on the left and right side of the map, functioning like the same Striga level before us. And last but not least, a flying skull. This acts like an Akita and Cutwire combined. It has a timer of 9 seconds, but it also activates when you go near it. And once it activated, it'll explode, putting out an arc of pellets. Every 9 seconds, a new one is spawned. After completing this brutal level, we're sure to our next cutscene. Suga said this is phase 1 of her boss fight. This is subtle foreshadowing of how much I want to kill myself. Yaga, of course, just like me, is tired of this BS, at which point Suga reveals what happened to Ula and Zamora. They are put in a jar. It seems that they were kidnapped because Striga and Yaga are having relationship problems. The next scene, Ula, being just like us, looks down to a glorious view of that treasure. Well, anyhow, it seems that Zamora can't escape the jar, and he's performed a fusion act with Ula to power up and break out. Striga, being a little needed for Yaga's attention, and immediately, Umura, that's what I call their fusion, starts aura farming immediately with a new power level. We see the new fit dog. The next level, Striga 3, the last words from our boss. Looks like I was worried about nothing. You can handle yourself just fine. Before this level starts, can I just say this Amora pose is peak. Amora has an upgrade which makes her better than Yagar. Her dash is a little longer, and also destroys enemies when she dashes through them. Sylvia now also pilots a mech. Her first attack summons two sets of rangers like last time, but two waves of monkeys on both sides. She then utilizes the shooting cannonballs from the first Dr. Sugar level, but this time it's 3. She then summons 2 skulls and 1 rhino. The rhino this time can be destroyed, same as with the skulls. Upon destroying the skulls, they will not explode. But on the other hand, destroying the rhino will make it explode and shoot at an arc of pellets. She will then warn the player with a sign before crashing to the ground 2 times, causing a circle of pellets upon hitting the floor. She then summons another 2 waves of monkeys, but 2 skulls as well. This will loop until we finish our level. Now we have a last cutscene of the game, with Yaga taking over, and then making Striga mad by insulting her. Zamora and Ula talk for a bit before Ula makes Zamora mad in her own way. Before I go to the gallery, may I say this game is really fun and free. If you haven't played it, I advise that you do so. The gallery has some behind the scenes stuff, like the 3 years of development this took. Like how at first it's going to be about Ghost Girls and Noir Detective type game. The workers will also have yellow suits and not purple to imitate bees, expendable drones sent to work for the higher ups. We're still in the tunnels or where the higher ups in society send you when they want you gone. Ula is a rare type of worker who volunteered looking for her dead friend, Zamora. Zamora's first name is Zofia, who dies, as you know, by execution. After the game, Zamora and Turska work together as a famous duo taking out powerful rats. Caroline Cutwire was cut in half by an atomic automatic door and caused it to split in half. Cutwire too comes from the fact that Van Ripper wants a falling projectile to follow the player, but because he couldn't the design, he realized it'd just be another ghost. Nikita Naprava's personality was more last minute, so she doesn't have as much exploration as the other ghosts in the game. After the game, Nikita and the Cutwire are still on the tunnels trying to kill Ula, but when the ships are up, they play Macau. But the Cutwires cheat like hell. Yaga's full name is Baba Yaga, or her real name, sorry if I get this wrong, Jakoda or Yakoda Jakas Duck. I don't care. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Yaga had a dream harem of ghost girls, but it went sour quickly. Her harem in Sector 8 filled the most dangerous ghost of all that nobody else can handle. Dr. Sylvia Stringa, I'll go with Strizga, has already been discussed prior in this video. But you know that Van Ripper needed meant to make her more terrifying. I wonder what that would look like. Eventually, Stroga and Yaga made up for a little while with some denatured alcohol. Yaga can drink it because she's an artificial liver. The rest of the gallery is a recipe of the pudding pies Ula has made. I'll put the recipe on screen for a bit. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, this is me. Bye.